Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jerry Sansing back with another edition of What's Going On in Corpus Christi. My producer is Janelle Bennett. This is the 17th of December, 2017. This year is almost past. Our air times on this show are posted there. It's 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday, 9 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday. And please, I've got a lot of people now emailing me. We're getting people to understand what's going on around here, where your tax money's going. That's GSANSING@gmail.com. You can also go into YouTube and put in Gerald Sansing, and the shows crop up, this one and the South Texas News and Reviews. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to interject this. The noses are getting longer and longer at Del Mar College, and we need to do something about it. So there's a taxpayer. I hope you all approach the Del Mar College things that are going on in the form of Jiminy Cricket there, and I think that rather than have a overstuffed Viking fuzzy-faced mascot, which is now turned loose on the community, and I think we ought to just go ahead and have the Del Mar College mascot as Pinocchio. Anyway, that's my opinion. Okay, ladies, lights are on. Gentlemen, lights are on, and the camera's rolling, it appears. I'm going to go take my seat, and we'll see what we can inform you people of this week about predominantly the one that's got me the most concerned is my employer, Del Mar College. So I've endured an awful lot over there over the years, ladies and gentlemen, and so forth and so on. And I gave you the air dates on this, and I'd also like to make the statement for all of you out there that want to know when the show is. If you will email me at gsansing@gmail.com, okay, GSANSING@gmail.com, I will give you the name and number of the Vice President of the Taxpayers Association and the President of the Public Access Users Group, Channel 10 Public Access Show, okay, and he will mail you with the full-blown, complete weekly schedule of all the other shows that are on, including this one, which is What's Going On in Corpus Christi, and then the South Texas News and Reviews. We also have another one that's the voice of Ed Bennett. He is a member of the Del Mar College Board of Regents, and he's got a show. He is a certified public accountant. He's a certified fraud examiner. And we've had a lot of problems over there at Del Mar, so I'm glad to have him on the board to keep an eye on some of those others that spend, and are Pinocchios. Okay? Now, so please email me that. And then, like I say, you can go on YouTube and catch the shows also. We put them on YouTube usually the same week that they air. Now, the trend at Del Mar College, and I'm going to zero in on Del Mar predominantly today. The trend over there is to bully people, okay, and try to intimidate people. And they don't tell you the whole truth at times, okay? And they dance around, and they think that what they can do in order to prevent any adverse happenings to them, they can go hire an attorney and keep you tied up at taxpayer suspense forever, okay, and a day. And then, you'll just wimp away and limp away, and people don't have a backbone. Now, I have had a very dear friend since 2006. He was he is a retired Army colonel. He's got a stellar record with the Army. He was retired as a full bird colonel. In fact, he was Airborne Ranger, Special Forces, and had a very, very stellar career in the Army, fighting for my right to sit here and speak my mind, and it's called freedom of speech unless you're on Del Mar College campus. Okay, and it's, as the Neville brothers said one time, it's freedom of speech as long as you don't say too much. Okay, now what's happened is that bullying and intimidation has been the demise of several tenured faculty members. Okay. Or tenure-track faculty members. Most of them have been tenured. Okay, the first one was Mohammed Pasha. Dr. Pasha was a math professor, and students didn't like him because he was tough. He made them study, and he held them to a certain high standard, which is what education is about, particularly at Del Mar College. It should be, but he was terminated, and I think it cost about $250,000 to you taxpayers out there to have that happen and have him walk away. Okay. Then we had Bruce Olson, who I'm going to talk extensively about, Colonel Dr. Bruce Olson, and I'll get back to him. They went after one of the best nursing professors in the country, Dr. Janelle Bennett, and with trumped up charges and all this stuff, bullying, intimidation, and so forth. And they allowed students to try to bully her. She didn't stand for that, filed a lawsuit against 3 of them, and then that was the basis for her termination from Del Mar College. Okay, now she did settle out, but it was a very painful time for everyone, and she's an excellent nursing instructor. That's Dr. Janelle Bennett. Now then we come to another one over there who was a nursing instructor. They've got some serious problems in that nursing program, folks, okay? Personalities and so forth and so on. I won't get into it. I'm hated by that whole crowd over there, and I guess I've earned that, okay? But, if they don't like that, frankly, my dear. Okay. All right, Valerie Pellegrino, she was unceremoniously discharged over there, and I've got a whole bunch of information on her. Okay, and what they do is they get these fraudulent, trumped-up charges, and they go after people, and knowing that they don't have the resources for legal fees that Del Mar College has got, as you taxpayers are paying for. Okay, so a lot of people just wimp out and walk off. Now, that's not the case with the 4 that I just mentioned. Okay, and it ain't over, folks, by a long shot. But it just makes me ill that we've got these bullies over there that try to bully people around. I've been lied about. I've been lied to. Why I haven't been locked out like Dr. Olson is beyond my wildest comprehension. But maybe one day they'll do me the favor of doing that, and then I can see, how much fun it is to go to court every week, and unfortunately cost taxpayers of the Del Mar District, the state, county, United States, and so forth, all the people that keep Del Mar College doors open, see how much fun it is to spend all that tax money. Because Del Mar College administration and attorneys will not admit that they've screwed up. Okay, their egos are so big that they don't want any stuff to stick to them. Okay, all right now. And I've had them go on, witch hunt after me several times for various things. And I keep reminding them that I do know what a witch hunt is. My mother, my grandmother, great-grandmother, and back through the 1700s, my family back actually into the late 1690s, all were based there in Salem, Massachusetts. Okay, so I know a witch hunt when I see one. Okay, but anyway, so I think the goal of Del Mar College these days is to convert it into a non-tenured system like they have at Coastal Bend College. That president up there has essentially ruined that college academically, morally, and any other term you want to throw at it. It's a complete mess up there, folks. So they have dropped tenure. There are no tenure faculty members. Now let me give you the downside of that, taxpayers. If you've got an extremely fine faculty member that's looking for a job, do you think they're going to go into a college that does not have a tenure track position? Okay, and where we have only 38% of Del Mar College faculty members, and these are mostly the older timers, okay, are tenure track, then they're not hiring anybody. If you go through their ads over there, the general public, why don't you look at the number of adjuncts that they're doing? Those are part-time teachers, okay? And you're not going to get somebody of any great value, I don't think. Now, we've got some good adjuncts around here, don't get me wrong, but they don't have the dedication to Del Mar College. Many of them do have problems, and the department chairs pull their hair out over some of the problems, and the administration keeps covering up for them. Not the department chairs, but the rest of them. So it's a mess over there, folks. It's an absolute disaster academically and administratively. That's all I can tell you. Okay, but with 38% tenure track, and then we've got about 20 some odd percent, maybe closer to 30% now, of dual credit students who don't pay the full price for the tuition, and we have to educate them. And now I've been told that if you have a dual credit student and they make a 30 average in the class, the Del Mar College faculty members and adjuncts have to turn in at least a grade no lower than 50. Now I don't know what happens with the graduation from high school, but that's the reason we're paying a fortune for developmental education over there. Now, developmental education is a fine project, folks. I mean, it's a very good thing. But when we're inundated with students that can't read, write, add, subtract, multiply, or divide when they get out of high school, then you've already paid for those students' educations, one-time taxpayers, and here you're going to turn around and pay for it again at Del Mar College? I think you need to be raising hell with the regents over there. You can go into Del Mar College website and pull up the regents, and they've got their telephone numbers and they have their email addresses, so go ahead and start raising hell with them. That's where it stops. The buck stops on Mr. Trey McCampbell's desk over there. He's the president of the Del Mar College Board of Regents, and he doesn't care. I'm convinced of that. So if you do, and you want to have a debate on this station here, on this show, or anywhere else, Mr. McCampbell, then just let me know. Okay? It's disgusting. Okay? Now, I do have, and everybody in this country has, because of my forefathers and up through my father, who fought for my freedom of speech and my Bill of Rights. So I just happened to pull those out because it's been a while since I've had to read these. I did, of course, several times in my educational career, starting in grade school on up. But the First Amendment right, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Okay? Well, grieve, folks. It's time. Exercise your, First Amendment rights. Students come to me all the time with horror tales about the treatment they get at Del Mar College with registrar's office, and this, that, and the other. And I tell them, I said, go over there and raise hell. No, well, I'm afraid they're going to fire me or they're going to relieve me. And, they've got a lot of the employees thinking the same thing. Well, all I can say, Del Mar College, is, I'm very, very open to you going over there and clandestinely locking me out. This would be the perfect time over this Christmas break. That's what you did to Dr. Bruce Olson. He came back on the first day after the new year in 2012, in January, and his office door was locked. And I'm going to read a little bit about that in just a minute, okay? And that just really bothers me. And now we're spending a great deal of money. Del Mar Board accuses Watts, that's Dr. Guy Watts, of violating Open Meetings Act. This came out on the 13th of the month. Today's the 17th. So finally the Caller Times, the only thing they want to do down there, this Beatriz Alvarado, she is the educational reporter, is to report stuff like this, okay? We went through tax increase, and she was at that board meeting, and the only thing that came out of that in the newspaper was they were after Dr. Watts again. Okay, nothing about your taxes went up. And I can discuss that for about 5 or 6 years. The Del Mar College Board of Regents and the administration and the hierarchy around this town have encumbered you. In the future, we're sitting about $300 million right now in debt, and it's going to be another 300 or so. It's going to be over $500 million in debt by the time they get through with that debacle out there, that total mess, Southside campus that they keep preaching is going to be so great. And Corpus Christi is going to triple in population so we can house 32,000 students, ultimately. It's insanity, folks. It's total insane. You are being ripped off at a very high level. And as the president of the Taxpayers Association and a taxpayer and a Del Mar College employee, it wants to make me vomit. Okay? I won't do that. Okay? I don't get mad, I get even, folks. So I'm going to keep preaching this until you find folks quit being so apathetic around here and pick up the phone or get online and go raise hell with the Del Mar College Board of Regents. You know, get on Todd Hunter's butt, Chewy Hinojosa, and so forth and so on. Say, hey, no moss, no moss. Let's stop this insanity over here at Del Mar College. So we've got nothing better to do than spend a lot of money going after Watts because he's exercising his First Amendment rights. I just read that one on the Bill of Rights. That is the First Amendment. Okay, he has a right to express himself. Okay, and you know, but we're gonna once you get a couple of those Board of Regents members on you and a couple of administrators over there, folks, they're not going to let up until they bring Del Mar College to its knees. Okay, and bankrupt us on top of that. Okay, I'm going to get back to my friend, and I admit it, Dr. Bruce Olson. Okay, now it says here in the Foghorn, and this was December the 4th. Now, let me back up just a hair, and then I'll explain it a little deeper. Okay, they locked him out in January of 2012. He filed some whistleblower charges against Del Mar College. They locked him out in retribution. They stole a bunch of his private property and so forth and so on. And I'll just use the term stolen. Okay. And I went over and witnessed that day. He called me up. I went over and he checked his lock again. I said, yeah, it ain't going to work. Okay, you've been locked out, Bruce. So we went to security. Security said, go over to the Vice President of Instruction. That was Dr. Figueroa at the time. And so we went over there, and in walks the President with Dr. Figueroa, and the President made the statement that he had no idea what was going on until 30 minutes before we arrived. Now, he's since backed up on that, okay, but that's what he told me, and I've got witnesses to that effect. Another faculty member was there, okay? And, you know, I've got no reason to lie about anything, folks. It's just, you know, here they are treating faculty members like, you know, total bovine excrement, and it's a crime, okay? So jury rules school must pay former professor $664,000. Well, he went through a couple of trials. The judge here, she's as organized as a, you know, dust in a whirlwind. But anyway, the jury came in this time after they had appealed it several times for a whole bunch of money. I think it's just under $300,000 is what it's cost you taxpayers to fight that so far. Okay, but then the judge hasn't signed off. The jury came in and said, pay the man. Okay, Del Mar College was wrong. So anyway, then just yesterday, a legal battle has cost Del Mar $295,000. Okay. Now it does say in here, and that's an attorney's fees, okay? Then it does say in here, and go read it. This was in Saturday, December 16th, yesterday, in the Caller Times on 9A. Of course, they're going to bury it back there. This is again Beatrice Alvarado, and you know, I'm sure this was very painful for them. This should have been on the front page, folks. You taxpayers have been duped. But it says Del Mar's insurance provider covered $163,404.82 of the attorney's fees. Who pays the premiums? So I am going to, today, I'm going to ask for the premiums from this one company starting in 2006. I want to know how much our premiums have gone up because of these people that, you know. And then I was sued along with Dr. Olson by a former Del Mar College president, and this company refused to provide us with legal services. And after we did that, we asked for this, and they said, no, that we don't owe you that. You were on your own, even though that was a Del Mar College problem. Okay, so that's the kind of garbage you get over there, folks. Okay, all right. So what they're saying is that Dr. Olson had reneged on a promise he made to drop 2 lawsuits and to retire, and he did not make that. Okay, they went into a mediation after he filed suit on them, and they came out and said, okay, we'll do this and so and pay you this much money, and then they screwed it all up and didn't conform to that, so that's when Dr. Olson went back at him. Okay, so they've lost that lawsuit twice now, and that's been appealed at great expense to you at the 13th Court of Appeals. They said he was still employed, and then the Texas Supreme Court said that he was still employed and ran it back to the court, here to the County Court of Law number 2, and they retried it, okay, which is what you do when you lose those appeals. The jury came in and said that they were going to award him a total of $664,000, and so forth and so on. And now we've got the in-house counsel, Mr. Augustin Rivera, okay, stating here. So they say that's what led Olson to sue Delmar for breach of contract. Delmar counter-sued for breach of contract after Olson did not retire and filed a motion for summary judgment. Now it says here also in several documents that Mr. Augustin Rivera, who used to make a fortune in a private law firm around here, I don't know why he left there. He is our general counsel, they call it. Used to be called an in-house counsel for Delmar College. And he states that after we've lost this several times, if the judge does sign off and agree with what the jurors came back with, then they're going to go ahead and appeal it again for another $295,000. Okay? Plus they're going to earn, it's going to be a lot greater damages. Now, in order to defend himself some more, and I don't know why I would not challenge a PhD historian with his background in constitutional law and constitutional history and so forth and so on, and with his military background, thinking he's just going to go wimp away somewhere. Okay. Now, after the trial, some very important information did crop up that I'm sure that Delmar did not want to come out. Okay, but Dr. Olson has decided to go ahead and file a whistleblower report one more time. So I get a copy of this, and it was on December 14th, 3 days ago. The Honorable Dr. Gerald Sansing, President. Now, I don't know how honorable I am when it comes to the feelings over there at Delmar College, but thank you, Dr. Olson. Okay. Corpus Christi Taxpayers Association. Yes, I am the president, folks. And he says, Dear President Sansing, transmitted herewith is a copy of a whistleblower report I filed today with President Mark Escamilla of Delmar College in Corpus Christi, Texas. Okay? Now, one clarification I need to make is that in January 2012, Delmar College had no in-house or general counsel as an employee of the college. Okay? At that time, the College Board of Regents retained outside counsel from a private law firm in Corpus Christi, Texas, a man named Augustin Rivera. Okay? Sometime in 2015, the college hired Mr. Rivera as an employee in the position of college general counsel. Another point that may need clarification is Mr. Philip McKinney's relationship with the college. In January 2012, he represented Trident Insurance Company, the college's insurance carrier. Okay? Since January 2013, he has presented himself as, quote, the college's attorney. He is not an employee of the college, though, and instead has worked at different law firms since 2012 in Corpus Christi and San Antonio, Texas. In addition, Dr. Lee Sloan served as the college's Vice President of Administration and Finance in January 2012 through about October 2015, when the college ended his employment through a settlement agreement for his remaining contract. That's a story in itself. I have copies of documents that corroborate my claims in the whistleblower's report, except for the October 30th to November 2nd, 2017 jury trial. That's the one that just ended with the jury saying that he was awarded the money for not only damages but for his attorney's fees, $664,000. Okay. The court documents are on order, and the recorder for Nueces County Court at Law Number 2 told me they should be available in the new year. Okay. If you have any questions of me, please do not hesitate to telephone me. I remain sincerely yours, Bruce A. Olson. That was hand-delivered to the President's office. Okay. Now, I have a copy of a 26-page, 26 pages, single-space, folks, whistleblower that's outlining this whole affair from the beginning to the end, and he has gathered some very, very important information to support his case. And all I can say is I'm going to express, and I've talked this over with the members of the Taxpayers Association, the vast majority that show up for the meetings, and we are totally horrified with Del Mar College spending all of our money over here trying to run Dr. Olson off when it ain't going to work. And all they want to do is just make sure that they cover their butts. They have made some very serious mistakes along the way, folks. I mean, very, very serious mistakes, legally and ethically and so forth and so on, and now they're trying to cover it up. Okay? So they don't mind spending your tax money at all. And I think that the administration and the employees and the board members of Del Mar College need to have their heads examined if they think they're going to go ahead and appeal this next one in the face of whistleblowers that have this much information in it. This is going to be a big impact, folks. And Dr. Olson is not clowning around. Okay, he is not the least bit afraid of Del Mar College. Okay, and neither am I. So we'll just see what happens. 26 pages, single space. There it is, folks. And there's some things in here that would, raise the hair up on the back of your neck. Now, this was sent to me. It's been sent out in a public forum. It's public information. Everything that he quotes in there can be backed up by documents and so forth and so on. And all I can say is, if you want a copy of this, email me, and I'll be more than happy to forward it on. It was out in the public. And, when Dr. Olson says he can back stuff up, folks, he can back it up. Same thing I do. I'm not going to say a word about anything unless I know all of the facts, and I am correct. Okay? I don't have to lie about anything. I don't have to play Pinocchio. Okay? So I don't know. Let's just keep them in line. So my suggestion to you taxpayers to save your bacon and your tax money is to go ahead and write your Board of Regents members, your elected officials that may want to go to the state with Hunter and Chewy Hinojosa and several of the others around here, and go to the governor, go to the Attorney General's office, anything you can to let's end this garbage. Okay, it's way too costly, and I would like to say that the Taxpayers Association and the members of Del Mar College faculty and so forth are right on the verge of filing a vote of no confidence against the entire administration at Del Mar College. Okay, it's just a matter of time, and we did that with Travis Kirkland. Dr. Kirkland was the president for 9 months. Okay, so all I can say is just if you want to back us, then please let us know. And then I'm going to dedicate these flowers again to Miss Lynn, Miss Connie, and to April 23. Okay, they're beautiful pink carnations. All right, well, I've just about taken all of my time up. I hope you get the gist of this, and they're spending a lot of money. DMC Campus Vision. See, this was way up in there by Beatrice Alvarado on page 1, 2, or 3. And the rest of this stuff with Dr. Olson, they begrudgingly put on back on 9A as the page number. Well, I'm going to go around, and I've got a little over a minute left, and I'll reiterate the fact that what I would like for you to do, okay, is to go ahead and email me with any of your concerns, or if you need any information concerning this so you can make up your mind when you write or email the Board of Regents members or the Caller Times, and they're not going to publish anything until they're forced to, then let me know. I'll be glad to take care of it for you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this not with that banner or old Pinocchio himself, but you know this show. It's what's going on in Corpus Christi, Texas. And I've got about 30 seconds left, so please, if you have any comments, pro or con, about what I say, I know that I can make people uncomfortable and fearful. I've been told that on several occasions. But anyway, email me, folks. It's gsansing@gmail.com. I take triple overloads, so I'm busy over at Del Mar from sun up to midnight usually. But I'm easy to find with the computer, and I usually check my emails in the evenings. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.